Good morning everyone, and all the children who have wished me good morning. Veda, Manasvik, Spurti, Akhila, Brahmani, Kaushik and all others. Good morning one and all. Today our topic of discussion is protista classification. Yesterday what did I say you about protista? It consists of all leftover unicellular organisms, okay, which are not falling in any other group. They are considered in this group, and they include, I also said you they are acting as link between Monera and plants and animals, right? Okay, they reproduce sexually as well as asexually. They have that character. They can reproduce sexually by cell fusion and formation of zygote, or they can reproduce asexually also. Okay, we'll discuss about them. How asexual reproduction occurs also we'll discuss, right? And if they are, most of them have flagella. Flagella is present. Okay, either they have flagella or they have cilia for movement, right? Among this, there are four, they are divided into four categories: chrysophytes, first one is chrysophytes, second one is Euglenoids, third one is slime molds, fourth one is protozoans, and one more is there, dinoflagellates. So these five, the protista is classified into, so it's not visible, 1 minute. Now you can see, okay? Chrysophytes, Euglenoids, slime molds, protozoans and dinoflagellates, okay? This is the sub-classification of protista. One by one we'll discuss. First one is chrysophytes. Chrysophytes are those organisms. So one thing about protista is all of them are eukaryotic cells. They are eukaryotes and they are unicellular. You know what is an eukaryotic cell, I need not say. They have nucleus, cell organelles are present, then they are called as eukaryotes. Organisms which have nucleus in their cells and cell organelles are present in each and every cell, such organisms are called as eukaryotes. Now first one is chrysophytes. Chrysophytes include diatoms and desmids. Desmids means golden algae. They are named so because they appear golden in color. Okay, desmids are called as golden algae. And most of them are photosynthetic. That means they can make their own food. Right. Next, they are microscopic. Since they are microscopic, they are easily flowing through the water currents. Ocean water makes, so they live in fresh water and marine water. Fresh water as well as marine water. So water will make currents. When water is making currents, they move with water currents. That means they do not have any flagella, any cilia is not there. In first group, chrysophytes, there is no flagella, there is no cilia. They move with water currents. This type of microscopic creatures which move with water currents, they are also photosynthetic, so they are called as plankton. Okay, they are called as plankton. They can make their own food by photosynthesis. They are marine as well as freshwater, and they are microscopic, move with water currents. And their cell wall is made up of, cell wall is like soap case. See, you have seen small shells at the seashore, in which if you pearls are naturally pearls are made in these shells. You can see them at the seashore. Same like that, this chrysophytes also, they are having cell wall like this. It can open like a soap case. Okay, this cell wall has silica in it. So silica, if it is present, it is very strong. It will not destroy fastly. So because of this reason, this is the reason why all the floor of the ocean is having silica shells. Silica shells from these diatoms are present, and they are called as diatomaceous earth. All silica shells are present, white color floor, it looks very nice, shiny, and is used for polishing, nail polish making, etc. Okay, they are having very shiny appearance, and they are very nice to see. They are used for polishing, they are used for filtration of oils, making soaps, etc. Okay, so they are used in polishing, filtration of oils, making of syrups, not soaps, making of syrups, etc. So that is about chrysophytes. Chrysophytes in this diatoms are seafood for all those organisms which are living in water. You know, even whale eats diatoms. Whale does not eat larger fishes. It feeds on these small diatoms that are present inside this water body. So this is considered as a seafood, very major abundant source of seafood. So what is this? Chrysophytes consist of diatoms, desmids, which is golden algae. Can't see the board at last. Okay, when I am saying I'll shift, don't worry. Okay, so this is chrysophytes, diatoms, and which includes diatoms and desmids, which is golden algae. They are mostly photosynthetic, and they are microscopic. Since they are microscopic, they can easily move with water currents. These are called as plankton. They are good food source. They are good. They live either in fresh water or marine water. Fresh water means river water, etc. And marine water means seas, salty oceans, like that. Cell wall is like a soap case. Both sides will be like this, and it can be opened, in which the chrysophytes can be found. This cell wall is made up of silica, that is why it is very strong. Since this silica is very strong, it is not destroyed, and it is found as silica shells in the ground of the oceans. This is called as diatomaceous earth. That white floor is called as diatomaceous earth. Total silica will get deposited at the ground floor of that ocean. Down floor of the ocean is called as diatomaceous earth, and it is used for polishing, nail polish making, filtration of oils, making syrups, etc. Right? And these diatoms are acting as seafood for a large number of capsules. Yeah, you are right, Yogita. Syrups, capsules also are made up of silica capsules. You can see that silica capsules, right? Next, second type, Dinoflagellates. These are very unique creatures. Dinoflagellates, they have two flagella, Dinoflagellates. In this, there are two flagella. Two flagella are present. They are all all of them are photosynthetic. They can make their own food. Okay. They are marine creatures. All of them are found in salty water, and they have, see, if you take the structure of one of these dinoflagellates, it is having feet like this. Okay, it has two flagella. One flagella extends like this, second flagella is present like this. Okay, the cell wall is in the form of small patches. Okay, it's not continuous. It is made up of what we should say, cellulose cellulose plates. Okay, the cell wall is made of cellulose plates. This is one plate, this is one plate, like they are joined together. You see tortoise, how it is there, it's looking like that, no? For tortoise, the shell is having small plates like that. These are cellulose plates. So the cell wall of this dinoflagellate is having cellulose plates like this. These 4 are feet and 1 flagella. This is longitudinal flagella, and this is transverse flagella. There will be some small gap in between the cell wall, and in this gap here the flagella will be present. Okay, this is transverse flagella. Okay, one interesting thing I'll say you about this dinoflagellates. There is one type of dinoflagellate which causes red tides. You know Red Sea? This is a creature that is causing the redness in Red Sea. This is a dinoflagellate, red color dinoflagellate. It multiplies, that means cell division occurs so many times, so many babies are producing, and it makes the entire sea as red color. They are also having one more feature, they release toxins. Toxins are poisonous chemicals. What is the effect of these toxins? Even they can kill the fish with the help of this. Okay, that's fish, they'll like microorganisms are feeding on any dead organism. This all dinoflagellates will attack that fish. They release the toxins, and that toxins will kill that fishes, and it will feed on that fish like that. So that is the description of dinoflagellates. What did we learn about dinoflagellates? They are having 2 flagella. They are all photosynthetic. They live in marine water. The cell wall is made up of cellulose plates, and these cellulose plates leave a small furrow, deep groove in between, through which transverse flagellum grows and longitudinal flagellum is attached to that groove. Okay, 2 flagella are present. One example is Euglenoids, which is a red dinoflagellate. It multiplies and it gives a red color appearance, red tides, especially in Red Sea. Okay, in others, not only in Red Sea, some other ocean bodies also sometimes they turn to be red. That is because of this Euglenoids. They release toxins which are very harmful, that they can kill a fish also. These are very small microscopic creatures. Fish's size is somewhat big, so if a small creature is killing a fish, it's not a joke, right? They are not only present in red color, you can see them as brown color also, blue color also they can be seen. They can be seen in yellow color also. Like this, different colors like yellow, brown, blue, red, and one more color is there. What is that? I'll say you it. Yellow, blue, brown, red, and green color also you can see. So these are the different colors of dinoflagellates that you can see, right? Okay. Next. After dinoflagellates, next one. Euglenoids. Euglenoids are generally photosynthetic. Euglenoids, they have 2 flagella. 2 flagella are present. For example for this is Euglena. If you see in Euglena, you can see that here one flagellum is present. You know about this. But additionally one small flagellum is present. So this is the short one. This is the long one. 2 flagella are present. Okay. And these euglenoids, normally they are photosynthetic. If sunlight is available. If sunlight is there. What happens if sunlight is not there? It acts as a heterotrophic organism. So that is why it is considered as a connecting link between autotrophs and heterotrophs. It is considered as a connecting link between autotrophs and heterotrophs. Okay, and one more feature about this euglenoids is they have photosynthetic chlorophylls. Photosynthetic chlorophyll, like plants are having chlorophyll, same like that these are having chlorophyll. We saw blue green algae also have chlorophyll, but there are some structural differences between the chlorophyll of blue green algae and plant chlorophyll. But in case of this is having exactly similar chlorophyll like that of a plant. So initially when Carolus Linnaeus classified this, he put this euglena into plants. But because it is having flagella also, it is showing some heterotrophic nature also, this is excluded from plants. Okay, and moreover it is motile, it can move from one place to another place. Plants are not motile, they do not move from one place to another, they are fixed to the soil, right? What else about euglena? Euglenoids have two flagella, one short one, one long one. They are photosynthetic. They make their own food in the presence of sunlight. If there is no sunlight, they'll turn into heterotrophic organisms. And they have chlorophyll that is very much similar to plant chlorophyll. And one more thing about this euglenoids is they do not have cell wall. Cell wall is absent. What is present in place of cell wall? Proteinaceous, protein-rich pellicles are present. Protein-rich pellicles are present. Because of presence of this protein-rich pellicles, which is not as hard as cell wall. It is hard, but it is not as hard as a cell wall. This dinoflagellates have body which is flexible body. They can easily twist their body here and there. You take a dinoflagellate, it cannot bend or twist like this. But if euglena, it can bend like this, it can twist like this because of its flexible protein covering called pellicle instead of cell walls. Okay, so that is it about the euglenoids. Where they are found in fresh stagnant water. If the water is stagnant for a lot of time, stable, you did not remove it, it is not going into the soil, stagnant, it is like that, stable for long time. In that type of water it is found, right? So that is about euglenoids. Next one is about slime molds. Slime molds are little interesting one to see, because sometimes they are like spreading like they are making themselves into leaf-like structures and they are spreading. Sometimes they form spores like fungus is forming spores. They are called as slime molds. Slime molds. All of them are heterotrophic. Heterotrophic, they are not autotrophic organisms. Heterotrophic, in this they show saprophytic nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition means they feed on dead and decaying organic matter. So wherever there is some dead decaying organic matter, they slime molds start growing. These start growing in these regions. Okay, grow here. Slime molds grow where there is dead and decaying organic matter. There you can see that. I'll show you the picture. I'll show you the picture of this. So this is a growing slime mold. Can you see this? I'll extend this picture. Right. This is a growing slime mold. I'll bring it close. Actually, it's not seen. So this is a growing slime mold. Slime molds grow like this. Okay, they spread towards the plant. Okay, it spreads in the entire region. Okay, this is called as Plasmodium. Okay, in favorable conditions, if the conditions are favorable, the slime molds, they keep on spreading over the plant like a leaf. If you see, you can feel that they are like leaves. 1 minute, I'll show you, right? But when the conditions become unfavorable, what they'll do, they'll grow small round structures like this, which have so many spores inside. Okay, as long as condition is favorable, they keep spreading. This are all slime molds only. All slime molds are there. It is keeping on spreading. But if the condition becomes unfavorable, they'll develop structures like this. In this, spores are present. If this bursts open, all the spores will be released, and each one can give rise to a new spore, new slime mold. So like this, the structures which grow from this are like this. You can see these are all spores that are arising from slime molds. Okay, if the climate is not favorable, then it turns like that, right? Okay. Now, so this is one thing about slime molds, and these spores have walls. Each, let us think this one spore I am enlarging and writing like this. Around this there is a cell wall, real cell wall is present outside. Okay, like any other plant or fungus, this is also having a cell wall. Because of presence of this cell wall, it will not spoil. It can, if the temperature is very high, most of the organisms die. If temperature is very high, if temperature is very cold, most of the organisms die. Why are you keeping all your food in refrigerator? So that no organism is able to grow. My bacteria, fungus, anything will not grow. So, but these can survive extreme temperatures because of presence of this wall around it. Okay, they can easily be carried by air. So it will easily spread in all directions, right? That is about slime molds. Slime molds are heterotrophic, saprophytic. They grow on dead and decaying organic matter, and when climatic condition is favorable, they grow into Plasmodium. This Plasmodium is not malarial parasite. You might have heard about malarial parasite that causes malaria. That Plasmodium is its scientific name. This is generally name that is given to one group of slime molds that will keep on spreading to several feet like that. That total bunch is called as a Plasmodium. This is not the malarial parasite Plasmodium. Okay, when the climatic condition is unfavorable, it will develop spores like this. That spores will burst open and it can spread into all directions, right? Right, it can spread in all directions. Now it's okay, I have muted all. Right, so that is about slime molds. And the last one is protozoa. In protozoans there are so many types. Again, there are 4 types of protozoans. All protozoans are heterotrophic or predators. You know what is a predator? Killing other animals and eating them. Protozoans, protozoa, all protozoa are either predators or parasites. Predators means they kill other organisms and they eat. They hunt on any organism. Suppose a lion is killing a small creature like deer and eating. Lion is the predator, deer is the prey. Okay, not only larger organism. Cow is hunting a small insect and eating. Crow is hunting a small insect and eating. Crow is the predator, that small creature is prey. So here also this will attack other or small organisms and they'll feed on them. That is why they are called as predators, right? Parasites. Parasites are those organisms which live inside the body or outside the body of other creatures and they cause diseases. Okay, and initially these were put in the animal kingdom because these are believed into they are believed to be first origins of animals. Animals started life as a protozoa, afterwards they slowly evolved into multicellular organisms, gradually like that it was believed. So this is the oldest animal creature, that's what it is considered. So it was placed earlier in the animal kingdom. Among this there are 4 types. One is amoeboid, second one is amoeboid, flagellate, amoeboid protozoans, flagellate protozoans, and ciliated protozoans, and sporophytic protozoans. Sporophytic protozoans, sporophytic or sporozoans. They are called as sporozoans. Right. First one, amoeboids. They live in fresh water or marine water. They either live in fresh water or marine water. Example for this amoeboid creatures are amoeba. By the name itself you can understand they are not having any fixed shape. They are shapeless. They do not have any particular shape. They are not like shapeless. They have flexible shape. Flexible shape. Move with pseudopodia. Move with pseudopodia. Example amoeba, entamoeba, etc. Okay. Among this, amoeba is a predator, entamoeba is a parasite. It infects the stomach. We are getting motions, diarrhea. This all is because of entamoeba, a parasite that causes a stomach infection. Okay. When you eat untidy food like food that is having flies over it, the food that is not properly covered, this entamoeba is a parasite that may enter into our body through these food sources, right? Okay. These are having flexible shape. You know about amoeba, they are having flexible shape. They can easily move from one place to another place. And this marine forms of amoeboids, marine forms have silica shell. Silica shell we have discussed, chrysophytes have. Okay, same like that, this also has a silica shell. If it is a marine form of amoeboid, it has a silica shell. Other freshwater creatures like amoeba or entamoeba do not have any shell around it, right? The second type, flagellate. As the name itself is saying, it is having a flagella. The best example for this is, I'll say you it, trypanosoma. Trypanosoma is a protozoa which causes African sleeping sickness. African sleeping sickness. African sleeping sickness is caused by a protozoa named trypanosoma. Okay. So not all of them are parasitic, some of them are free living. Free living, why free living I am saying means parasite will live already, it can live only if it is present in other organisms. If it is not finding the organism to live inside to infect, it will not be able to survive. That is why it is parasitic. Opposite is free living. Okay, which is not parasitic is called as free living because they do not live in any other organism. That's why they are said to be free living. Right? Okay. What else about flagellate creatures? That's all, right? Next, ciliated creatures. Ciliated protozoans have cilia, thousands of cilia, not one or two cilia, thousands of cilia all over the body. Example, Paramecium has so many cilia around its body, thousands of cilia. This is a small gullet, opening cavity through which the food enters into that paramecium. It is also called as cytostome. Cytostome is an area where the food enters into it. You call it a gullet, you call it a cavity, or you call it a cytostome. Food enters into it. All the cilia will push the food. They work together. All these thousands of cilia should move in one direction to move the food. Okay, then only movement is created in the body of this paramecium, and it will move one step forward. Very slow movement. Not if an organism is having flagella, it moves very fastly in water. Okay, but if you see that it is having cilia, the movement will be very slow in this type of creatures. Right. Okay. What else about this ciliated creatures? They are aquatic creatures, they are motile, that's all, right. Last, sporozoans. Sporozoans, they form spores. Like fungus is forming spores, like slime moulds are forming spores. These sporozoans also form the spores in their lifetime, and not in their entire life they are able to form the spores. Certain life period is like that, they are not having particular shape. Example, Plasmodium, that causes malarial parasite. This is malarial parasite one. That Plasmodium is different, this Plasmodium is different. Don't confuse, both are having same names, but still you should be alert, children. This Plasmodium is which is causing malaria, it comes under sporozoans of protozoa. Sporozoans of protozoa. But in case of slime molds, that slime molds will grow like a tree to a wide area, it grows to several feet, as I have shown you the figure. That is called as Plasmodium of slime molds, right? Okay, they have spores that are during the lifetime of this Plasmodium. Sometimes it converts into spore bearing, it develops. Normally it is having a shape like this, it has a nucleus, but when it develops spores, it will grow a structure which is having spores, and it will burst open, it will release the spores outside, which can give rise to new individuals. Normally it is not a perfect shaped creature, it moves inside the blood, it's parasitic, but when it has to form babies, it will form spores like this, and that spores will burst open and they'll grow into so many Plasmodium. So not always, when the climatic conditions are not favorable, only this option is taken by this Plasmodium. Normally it divides in our body. When it is dividing in our body, it does not form any spores. Normally it bursts open to release all the cells outside. All the cells will multiply in its, okay, we'll discuss about that when we discuss about diseases, right? Okay, so life cycle, in the life cycle of this Plasmodium or malarial parasite, there is a phase in which spores are formed, that's all, right? So that is about the sporozoans of protozoa. Protozoa has amoeboid structures which are living in freshwater or marine water, amoeba, entamoeba. They are having flexible body shape, move with pseudopodia, and they are parasitic. Example of parasitic is entamoeba histolytica, which causes stomach infection, and amoeba, which feeds on other food, whatever it finds inside the water body, fresh water in which it is living, it will eat. Okay, for children who are saying board is not clear, I am recording this one, you will get that also, right? Amoeboid, some of the marine living amoeboids have silica shell around them. That is about amoeboid. Flagellates have flagella. One of the example is trypanosoma, which causes African sleeping sickness. Some of them are free living also. Ciliated have cilia, and the cilia helps in movement also. The cilia helps in collecting the food also. Example, paramecium. And sporozoans, example, Plasmodium, which causes malaria. In its lifetime, it will turn into its body turns into a spore bearing body, which bursts out all the spores to release the spores outside when favorable conditions are not there. That is about the protista, right? Okay children, with this we have completed our time also. Don't forget to note all the points in your notebook. It is very, very important for you to note the points in your notebooks, children. I'll send this recorded video also.